Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. All right, we are live on the YouTube,
Let's
people.
get it. What's
See if
up?
I can
Live on the
share it
tube.
over here. Live on the YouTube.
Live.
There we go. I miss you guys, man.
I know I miss you too.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh.
Miss you guys just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sharing it on the Facebook.
Oh, you shared it on the Facebook.
Well, just the link.
Oh, the link. Okay.
Jared, like your braids.
Thanks, girl. They hanging in there. Get in. Hey.
I know who she is gonna bring tonight.
You know.
I was like, who we bringing? We bringing
She had one time. She had like the Sealy braids one time. Then she
what
had
you know?
like
You called her
Foofaloo.
What was Cicely
What I had the
Tyson's?
African thing.
Miss
Cicely
Jane
Tyson. Miss
Pittman.
Jane Pittman.
She had that on one time. She
Y'all ain't
had
gonna
the
on
rap. I just don't know who's coming to the show. I'm like, what?
Jane Pittman.
Welcome.
Y'all are funny.
Yeah, so come on in the house here. Go ahead, girl.
Hey, and I'm ready.
Ready.
Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
I don't know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you serious?
Don't know that.
Oh my God. All right, let's go. Let's start. This is
I don't know half the
don't make
stuff y'all
no.
be talking about. Go on, Devil. Go on with it. Go on.
Where
Go
the
on,
money
Cletus.
reside? Where the money reside? Hey, girl. Hey. Where the money reside? It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Third week in January, and so much is going on. This is the Founders Day weekend for Zeta Phi Beta, the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So shout out to my so sweet sorors out there. I am your radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am LaShawn, the chatter chick.
And I am y'all one and only millennial chick, Jerry.
Let me stop moving. Every time I have these big old Tracy Ellis Ross hoops, be hearing clicking. I'm trying to be cute, like Tracy Ellis Ross. I even got my little jumper on, my little romper. I don't have her body though, so it don't quite look right. It don't look the same. If you're watching us on YouTube,
the rainbow look or something.
Yeah, she's no, she always wears those cute little rompers, but she just, she got body for it.
Oh yeah.
Because she got money to have it. So anyway, I'm not gonna shade her too much. So this is the episode called the Hoedown.
Okay, I'm gonna
turn the mic off. Yes. No, you're gonna have plenty to say about this show today because we're talking about some hoes. HEAUX. HEAUX is HEAUX Tales. It's from Jazmine Sullivan's new album, HEAUX Tales. And it's either Ha or Ho, but I'm gonna say Ho.
I
think it's Ho because that's how Bo spells his name, Beau. But it's now HEAUX Tale, HEAUX.
Yeah.
Tales. And we'll talk about
look
the
up
album.
The meaning.
No, we're just gonna leave it up to our assumptions. Yeah. So the album is amazing, LaShawn. For sure. You might not want to watch it on a Wednesday because I know you're going to watch Bishop Clay as he does his thing on Wednesdays, and then Saturday you don't want to watch it.
On Friday at 12
Saturday
o'clock.
would be don't do Friday at 12 o'clock. Saturday would be great. Check it on Saturday. Have a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
a glass. Like even put the straw in it.
Yeah,
like that's it.
It
like,
has a video too. You said it has a video to it.
No, it's the name of her album.
It's the name of her album. But the video's coming. She's supposed to be working with Issa Rae.
Oh, that would
about a project. So that's gonna
I love Issa Rae.
Yeah.
So you said this is Jazmine Sullivan?
Yes. Jazmine Sullivan.
I love her.
I bust the windows out Chicago.
Yeah, I love her voice. I love the raspiness and the heaviness of her voice. I love it.
I done threw out all my shoes.
Oh. Yes.
Because I throw them. You know how you see Just throw your shoe at her because that's how good she sang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what you think, Jared?
She's a good singer.
I love the album. I've always been a Jazmine Sullivan fan. And
Save it. We're going to talk about the album in the second half, but we're going to talk about the album in the second half. But
it was really, really deep, and I didn't even know she came out with a new album. Every Friday, I go onto Apple Music and look at the new, album songs that came out, and that came across me. Oh my God, Jazmine Sullivan! And I said, "Well, let me see what this is about." And I'm like, "Yo, this right here is woo! I love that."
Listen, homegirl can bang.
Yeah, it was very good.
Okay, so the name of this episode is called "The Hoedown." There's the reason. But there's some hoes in this house, and we talking about the White House. So that's why we talk about hoes anyway. And then we're gonna talk about some other hoes who got a man, but there's a reason why I'm bringing all this up. So let's talk about the hot topics first.
Got it.
Vote Mitch, get out the way. Mitch McConnell is now in the hot seat. It is up to him to vote his on again, off again friend Donald Trump out of the White House for his impeachment. The House voted to impeach Trump this week, and now it is up to the Senate and now the minority leader, Senator Mitch McConnell, to carry on that vote for the Republican Party, which is necessary to start the proceedings for the impeachment. Now, the impeachment will probably most likely take place after President-elect Joe Biden is sworn in. Vice President Mike Pence was like, "I want no parts.
Yeah.
I want to go back to my cabin.
That's right,
Mother. I want to go back to the cabin with Mother, and I just want to live my life. I don't want to. Me, Mother, and I. We're going to sleep in our twin beds. We're going to eat our porridge. We're going to go to church.
Like that kind of guy.
We're going to go to church every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday."
Well, he looks like that kind of guy, but that's just not him. Yeah. I think it's interesting because I really think that Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, like Trump has something on those guys.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people in the Republican Party that make you gag. I know. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that because I'll start to really.
You'll really gag. Okay.
The noise of that, I'd be like, oh no, sorry. Don't do that. For real. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
You making that noise. All right, let me get some. But I do think that they are. I did because I do think that he is in. Quit! Don't do that again. I think that he's in their pockets. I thought you made the noise again. Jesus. So I think he has something on them, and those other people, the Republicans. I think he has something on him. That's why they're not saying anything. But Mitch, he has a really big hold on Mitch.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he says.
I know. I'm like, get those balls out your mouth. Yeah.
That's what he has. He has Trump.
He has balls in his mouth. So I'm like, take that out. But I'm kind of torn between like if we do this beforehand or do we wait to get more information? And so my thing is,
what more information do you need? Because I think the smoking gun was the riot and the invasion of the Capitol. That was it.
That was that was the last straw.
And so what I thought was funny was and I'm not a fan of Nancy Pelosi. I'm not. She just seems like that bougie aunt that nobody likes around.
Yeah,
like
she just says
Nancy.
Smart stuff to say.
Yeah, she just.
Why you got your hair like that? Oh, it looks cute. Okay, you like it? Okay.
I just don't like her. She's the bougie aunt, but she wore the same dress from the first impeachment.
Hopefully this dress
wore the first the same dress. maybe it'll be some luck, but it's like, okay, so basically I'm thinking that this proceeding is to stop him from wanting to run again.
That's right. Exactly what it is. Yeah.
So that's the goal.
That's
what
it is. And there's other things that will be taken away from him if he does get impeached. Besides him not being able to run again, he won't get the presidential pension. He won't.
Oh yeah.
get like the Secret Service, you know, how they get for the rest of their life. That'll be all taken away.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
His travel expense, his health benefits. He can't be, I think there's a thing where he can't be buried, like, you know, all the presidents are up in the, he can't be buried as a president. He gets like a couple million taken from him, everything.
All his bills and stuff already is gone, you know, like, so it's not being able to run it.
How did I miss that?
He gets stripped. He gets stripped.
All gone.
And he has no money.
Nope.
Oh, Melania is leaving him.
Yeah, banks are pulling out everything.
Oh, she's leaving his ass. She's out.
Yeah, she is.
She's like, be best.
Be best. Be best.
Be best. Be best. Mother sucker.
Right. Be best. Yeah. She's definitely giving her this. She's out.
She's done. She's done. There was some good news in all this. There have been some arrests made from the Capitol invasion, including some DC and VA Virginia police officers who were involved in an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
You're like 6 feet some change.
You wore the jacket.
And you wore the jacket, you dumbass. You didn't get that from Burlington. You got that jacket from swimming in the Olympics. This is not the U.S. Polo version from Burlington Coat Factory or Marshalls. This is an authentic USA.
You are going to get
stupid.
Out. Yeah, exactly. Did you hear about the one person, you know, because they're taking, there's new tips every single day.
Oh, and people snitching.
The mothers, their daughter had ratted her out, you know, because I guess they called and said, my mom was one of them in the rise and got arrested. Gosh, I said,
speaking of mothers, what about the mother who got the donkey of the day from the Breakfast Club, the mother of the man who dressed up in the Furby costume?
Oh, yeah. She's talking about
he was arrested and he didn't want to eat because the food was it wasn't organic.
I said, no, you don't get that. That's the privilege. They're used to getting that type of stuff, you know, so it doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? Like they in jail thinking you can still get whatever you want. It don't work that way. And I think the one who
he's going to be eating some sausage in jail, though.
You will be eating
some meat in jail.
His name is Tyrone. No, that's Jim and them. Jim meet him
Jim's out. Don't put Jim
got out.
He's been out. Don't put Jim back in. He's really trying hard not to go back in. Don't do Jim like that, Kiki. That's my friend.
Also, some good news. The Capitol police officer who stopped the Trump supporters from entering the Capitol, the black officer.
Yes.
So I don't think that it was I don't believe that it was his strategy to trick them. I think he was just like, okay, let's go this way. I don't think he was like, oh my goodness, they're over there. Let me distract him. Like,
right.
But it was really good.
That was his thing, but it worked.
It worked.
Whatever it worked. And so they're looking to honor him with the hero medal. So that's
why not?
He still got to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, the whole month of Black History Month off or something like that.
Remember,
you're gonna get the whole 28 days.
Jerry won't remember. LaShawn, back in elementary school, and every time it was Black History Month, they had the posters on that school wall. It was only Rosa Parks,
Martin Luther King,
Coretta Scott King,
Frederick Douglass,
and
George Washington Carver
and Maya Angelou, and I think that was it. And that's all he had. That's all he
had. I have my dolls up for Maya Angelou.
I see. I tried to order the Maya Angelou doll, and it was sold. Well, I couldn't do the pre-order. It was sold out.
Wow.
Because I'm definitely gonna get it.
Maya.
I'm a collector. Maya, I love them.
Who's 14, did not know who Maya Angelou was, and I almost punched her in the face. And I was like, no, that's not good. That's not a good thing to do. So I bought her a whole bunch of books on African American history and prominent Blacks in politics and entertainment and everywhere, prominent African Americans, just so that she could learn what the hell where you came from. Like,
we got to teach our own history.
She did not know. She was like, "Who's that?" I wanted to punch her in the face, but I knew that was wrong. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the throat, but not the face.
The throat, not the face. So probably the throat.
It leaves a mark, but the throat.
The throat.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
More good news, and maybe not to us, but to Trump. He is now the first U.S. president to have been impeached twice.
Yeah.
In history. So if there's anything that he could brag about, he can brag about that.
His ego.
I was the first. I was the first.
Man, that's really embarrassing.
Yeah. That Pelosi clap. That Pelosi clap.
Yeah.
Petty Pelosi, the petty Pelosi clap. There you go.
Yeah. But he's just not that smart of a guy that he would even realize that, that's a bad thing. He would brag on it because, I got two, because he's competitive like that. Whether right or wrong, he's competitive.
Yeah,
that's sad. That's just a sad thing, especially for a president. And even when he spoke the other day, I think it was yesterday, he was speaking before he got on the plane.
That was not him. Oh, wait. At the press conference.
Yeah. And then he did this. Now, since he's banned from Twitter, he did like a video. And, my supporters would never do anything like that. I'm like,
that was not him. That was all Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
Olivia Pope said, don't read nothing else but the words on this damn paper. If you take your eyes off one letter, I'm leaving.
Letter.
I swear for God, I'm leaving. You better not digress. Don't read. You read this every. Read everything. Word, everything.
Way
he has
too
never said,
late.
God bless America.
Right. Way too late. Yeah. A week. Year, 4 years too late to say something like that. And then when he says, those are not my supporters, I was like, dude, they were carrying a flag, not American flag, the flag that said Trump. You're the one that told him to go down there, So
that he incited that riot. And I just hate how some people were just like, well, why they ban him off Twitter and, Facebook, all that stuff? Because that's a social media platform where you're going out and then try to say, oh, the Fifth Amendment rights and all of the stuff like that. No, when you're inciting violence in a riot, they have every right to, take away your Twitter and Instagram and stuff, because that's the biggest platform and your followers are going to see that and they're going to follow you. So, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad.
They're also privately owned platforms too.
Exactly.
Twitter, and so they could do that if they want to. Yeah.
Right.
Like they can, and they did. So
there was somebody.
When was he on Snapchat? He was taken off Snapchat. When was he on Snapchat? He was just taken off of Snapchat and YouTube, and I don't remember seeing him on Instagram. But then again, I'm not following him, and I blocked him from Twitter. So. Because he was following me, and I was like, boy, bye.
He was following you, Kiki.
He was following me. What this kitty?
Like, who's this pretty kitty?
Baby fingers.
Be best.
Baby fingers. Be best. Be blessed.
Yeah.
Before we end out this section, he is refusing to pay Mayor Giuliani, former Mayor Giuliani.
His boy. First of all, I don't know why he would choose Giuliani to be like.
Was not a good lawyer at all, but.
Right, because Giuliani, just before the president spoke, he spoke. And he was telling, he did the same thing. He got the crowd all roused up too. And his son spoke, Trump's son, I don't know.
Who I think is totally coked out, Don Jr.
Yeah, Don Jr. He spoke as well.
Seems like he's just done.
So let's just go for the family and the whole, everybody, because they all incited a riot. But on Fox, they were talking about, well, nobody said anything when people were marching and rioting this summer. And how
for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. And how many people died during this? I was like, the people that died were the people they were marching for, like, so what are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah. Well, Fox, when you watch Fox, you have to be ready for foolishness.
I can't.
Yeah, if you're not, it'll make you very, very upset that people would think like that. So you got to be ready for the foolishness, and then you can't watch the whole show. You got to just turn that off.
Yeah.
You want to see what other people are thinking and where their mindset is, because when people get all roused up like this, there's a source. It's not just the president, it's media. There's media outlets that allow them to feel that way. So if you look at Fox, you would see that what they did was okay, to a certain extent. Like, they'll take it so far, then they'll say, well, the reason they did it, it was wrong that this happened, but the reason they did it. So
yeah,
yes.
And that's what they do. They always make an excuse for the bad things that happen, and they'll try and dumb it down, to make you feel like, well, it's okay that they, went into that they protested and they went into the Capitol, this and that. They were trying to make a point. Like, I don't think, no, that's wrong what they did. They, it shouldn't have happened. And of course, what they're going to do is they'll try to throw in, oh, well, Black Lives Matter did this and this and that. No, we ain't ghetto like y'all. There's a difference. We have class. We marched out there, a peaceful protest. And then that's when all that other foolishness happened. But we'll never do nothing like that, because that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Were Black Lives Matter that had included went into the Capitol, there would be this talk would be about casualties. Mass murders and
cleaning up blood and guts.
We
not
still
glass.
cleaning up.
Blood and guts.
Thugs, they weren't raised right, and that's what happens when you have project babies in the ghetto. It's
this is a product of the crack rock.
Yeah.
The crack. They mama was on. Oh, that's why that ain't.
Now you got to talk about my mama. Oh, now you got to talk about my mama. So I need to know who raised Azealia Banks. I need to know who her mama is. First of all, who the hell is she? And what the hell is wrong with her? And how did Lori Harvey get People Magazine Sexiest Man Alive? I got questions. I need answers. We're going to talk about, look, she's trying to figure this out. While she figures it out, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to see if we can figure this stuff out, because I am petered and appalled.
Yeah. Correct.
We'll be right back. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today.
I'm sorry. If someone just keeps calling me and I can't talk.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey. Watch your screen.
It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast, and we already talked about, Trump and the whole situation that happened there. If you are listening today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, then you're going to notice that we record the shows on Thursday. So it's currently January 14th. We are live on YouTube. So anything that happened after that, we won't be talking about, because we record on Thursday. So, but we appreciate you rocking with us. Make sure you subscribe to those channels and keep us close so that you can find out what the hell is going on. I need to know, who is Azealia Banks?
She's a rapper.
I'm gonna Google her.
Rapper.
Is she? I saw her acting in something. I can't remember. But so she's a rapper. She's not a singer.
She's a rapper. I think I don't know where she's from. She had a lot of buzz a few years ago, but she's mostly known for trolling celebrities a lot, which is I know she would get into a lot of arguments.
Beefs. She gets in beefs.
Didn't she get into something with T.I.? She got into a little something.
She got into stuff with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle smashed, and she talked to him. Dave Chappelle was like, yep, I did. So
yeah. Oh, so he did say it.
Yeah, he did. He said it in his routine.
He said he smashed her? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say that. I would have to go, and you can't get me to say he didn't deny it.
Right. Yes.
He kind of made it into a joke. And I was like, well.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle say something, you'd be like, oh.
You'd be like, well,
hilarious. You believe him, but you don't believe him, but it's funny that he said it.
Right.
He just gave her some points.
Well, maybe he'll talk about this in his next stand-up. She's in the news because, two things she's in the news for. One, for digging up her dead cat and cooking it.
What?
She didn't.
And she shared the video. She shared the video on social media, and she said it was for taxidermy. She was taking the body or the carcass or whatever carcass, corpse. Is it a corpse if it's a cat?
It's
Okay.
dead.
Okay. To have it gilded, like made into like a stuffed thing, because she
But
says that
you dug them up to do
deer
it?
hunters, they hang the deer heads. So she
Right.
did. So okay, if that's the case, I get it.
But you don't dig them
You
up.
need to do you, but do you need to film it?
Right.
No.
What's the
You know what
purpose
I'm saying?
of it?
I would
Yeah.
even be like, oh, that was cool if she would have been like, so I had my cat stuffed.
Yeah.
His name was Lucifer. I think her cat's name was Lucifer.
That's so
I had him
there you
stuffed.
go. There you go.
Yeah,
And then her house was foreclosed on. So
she
needs
got a
She
lot.
could have took that money, paid your rent. What you doing? You getting the
well,
cat
she's not making it.
stuff?
I don't think she's making
Pay
any
your
money.
rent.
She's
On
not
the
recording with anybody. She's burned so many bridges.
She has. I
She
agree.
broke.
The crazy thing is she's super talented though. Like she
Is
is just,
she?
yeah, she does really. I seen her in a movie actually, and I'm
She
like,
was in a movie. She's a good actress.
she's very. I said her attitude was so much better. You know what I mean? Like sometimes having a good attitude gets you so many places. You know what I mean? Like it opens up doors. You don't have to burn. Like
I think that she's like the Cash Me Outside girl. That's what has the cash coming in. When you
right.
have that nasty bad girl attitude.
But it doesn't work for everybody.
It
No, it doesn't.
Some people it works for, and that's very few that it works for. And then when it does, it's just like, everybody could be a good basketball player, but not everybody's going to the NBA. So, she's like one of those chicks from what I hear.
Yeah.
So it's just not cool. She got to get another stick. If she's talented, then lead with your talent.
She could start a taxidermy company.
Oh Lord, turn my mic off.
No, I'm serious. That's what
you said.
God gives us gifts and talents.
Well, first of all, you don't dig up the cat that's already dead.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
When they do it with the deer, they kill the deer, they gut them, fry them, and then do all that. They ain't digging up no deer.
That's
so what you digging up? You might as well made a hat.
I'm sure she
deer.
could take a quick course on YouTube and start her own taxidermy company.
Probably got 1,000,001 people watching that video of her with that cat.
H&R Block is hiring.
Yeah. She can write that.
She can get her a job. She can get a job doing H&R. Okay, so we're done talking about that.
But that's the sad thing, because people watch stuff like that. Like she'll get a whole bunch of hits with her in the kitchen.
Clearly, because we're talking about her. Can we stop talking about her now?
Done.
Okay. Who the hell is Lori Harvey? I think I've said this several times on this show. Why is this girl famous? Why are we talking? This girl does absolutely nothing but take selfies in the phone and date celebrity men. She is a serial dater, and she's now rumored to be dating
my man. I'm so upset.
Girl, he ain't your man, child.
Who's this?
People Magazine, Sexiest Man Alive actor Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
that is. Yeah.
Why she sound like an auntie?
Oh, okay.
She did that auntie. Oh,
and that's important because
when that news broke, I was like this.
Everyone's heart was shattered.
and we'll talk about this in the second half, but I was kind of like, don't he know? But then, why is it bad? You know what I'm saying? Because she's rumored to have dated Trey Songz, Diddy,
his son,
and Justin Combs, and Future. And it's like Michael B. Jordan's the good guy. It's Wallace from The Wire. He's the good guy. You're gonna break his heart.
And that's what they was saying. We give it a few months for her to go to the next one. Oh my gosh.
That's so sad that we immediately put her in that.
Yeah, because she's starting to be my hero. My shero.
What? Really?
The serial dating, I think it's fine. She's not committed to anybody. She's dating. And if you want to meet people, why not date?
You gotta date. one. You got to see, you won't know until, that's like buying shoes. You got to try on a few different pairs.
Right.
One,
You walk in a couple, you be like, nah, my baby toe holder, not one.
Right.
I'm not wearing those anymore. Let me go get another one.
I get that part. And she's single. She doesn't have any kids. She just celebrated her 24th birthday.
Love
she
her.
has rich parents. She's rich for whatever reason. To be such a high profile socialite,
right,
dating a respected actor, is it a good look for him?
And I get what you're saying, and I think
you know what I'm saying.
I understand, and I kind of thought that way too. Because it's Michael B. Jordan, like you said, we look at him as the good guy, the sweet guy. He got his parents living with him, or something. You know what I mean? He does stuff for the community.
And she lives with her parents?
Huh?
And she lives with her parents?
I don't know.
He got his parents living with him. She lives with her parents.
Both millionaires.
Both millionaires.
Parents.
And I think a big deal. If it was anyone else, we'd be like, oh, whatever. But because it's Michael B. Jordan, and we look at him like that good guy. Oh, he's sexiest man alive, and respected actor and everything. I think that's why people make such a big deal out of it.
But nobody said nothing about him. He dated Lupita. He dated his person. He was with this person. But we're like, he's the stud and he's sexy.
I think it's because her relationships were so public. The same thing, like, I love you, babe. I love you. Like, and then the time, the turnover rate is ridiculous. People have been in apartments longer than she's had boyfriends.
Short-lived. It's not like
she's broken so many leases.
Yeah, I get it.
Her credit score is crazy.
Her credit score has gone up. I tell you what, I'm liking her for knowing what she wants, for not settling. It doesn't seem like she's settling. It's like, all right, well, not what I want. Keep it moving. I mean, when guys keep it moving, we're thinking, oh, he's the Mac. A girl does it, she's a hoe. She dates too many people. Right. What's wrong with her having standards? I'm not saying Puff Daddy, is all that great and high end standards. I don't know the man. I mean, Michael B. Jordan probably might not treat her as well as Puff did. He could be a bad dude, but we're seeing the whole thing. His PR has him looking, he's the sexiest man alive. He's doing these great shows. He's probably a son of a gun. And whenever a man stays single for a long time, we're like, oh yeah, he's been single. He got his parents live with him. He's probably been single for a reason, because nobody wants to be with him. They probably be like, oh, I ain't fooling with him. I'm gonna say, everybody's like, every time you go to his house, his mother's like, how you doing? His dad is like, boy, did you take out that garbage? Ain't nobody doing that with no grown man.
But it's cool because he got his family. Spoken out about Lori and her.
I haven't heard anything, and I think he
talents.
I listen to his show sometime, and I think he would be that dude that I think he's kind of respectable, but he's not going to let you talk about her, but he's not going to do a whole bunch of talking about it.
Right.
But,
I think because they did first when she was messing with Future, and I heard, and even what's his name?
Because he's a bad guy. It's like, come on, you saw what he did to Sierra. Why would you sign up for that?
Yeah. So I was actually
then another baby mama. So because we thought I think we talked about her before in the show. We said she was gonna get pregnant.
And she didn't. So why not give her a clap for not getting pregnant by Future? So she didn't become the other women. Like, Future's probably a very charming guy. For him to get all those women, definitely. I bet you he got skills.
Yeah,
and I'm not. He's probably the man. Yeah, but
he know where the money resides.
Right, but let's give her a hand clap for not falling for that, like so many have. So she didn't. So she's like, all right, well, good looking out. I think she's cool. I think I'm at a stage in my life like dating and getting to know someone is important. Not that I want to be a serial dater and date a whole bunch of people. That's not my style. But I get it. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to fit a circle and a square peg. It just doesn't work. So, she doesn't play the games. And at 24, go ahead.
Right.
She's 24.
Well, we talked earlier.
Her.
I'm glad you do.
Hi, Lori. Call on Sean. Call on Sean.
On Sean.
On Sean. We talked earlier about Jazmine Sullivan's newly released album, The HEAUX Tales. Featured, they had some powerful tracks. I mean, of course, Jerry heard it. The first interlude is Bodies. Mm-hmm. She just out fighting and bopping and got caught up. Like, I mean, the first word on the song is big.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Like, she cussing herself out. And then put it down on it with Ari Lennox.
Yeah, I love. Yeah,
that one will have you clutching your pearls, child. You can't listen to that one, child, after Sunday service. Child, you're gonna have to get baptized again.
Mm-hmm. That one.
That's the new Rocket. You heard Beyonce's Rocket.
Mm-hmm. Rockin' to waterfall. Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
LaShawn, you really need to put the Mahalia Jackson album down. Girl. And then she has a song called Girl Like Me featuring her, which I think is really nice. I love her. That's a beautiful song. You got to hear the album. The interludes are a great fit for the women we talked about, Lori Harvey and Azelia Banks, and even myself. I know Jerry off Outsiders. We talked about how some of the scenarios kind of fit. They're like real stories. So, and perfect timing. And we'll talk more about the album in the next 20 minutes. But with Jazmine Sullivan, she was in how long was she out? Was she like gone for like 8 years, 10 years?
She was gone for because her last album was maybe 6 years ago.
She had the baby, right?
No.
She was pregnant. She had a baby.
No.
Jazmine Sullivan. Y'all think I don't know nothing? Google it.
Okay. Because I don't think so.
I don't think Jazmine Sullivan had a baby, but she did lose a lot of weight.
She had a baby. She was out. She had a baby. Want me to call her? Hold on. Let me call her. Hold on.
Anyway, so she wrote this song because she had experienced a lot of love gained and love lost. Not a baby. If she had a baby, that one just flew past me. It looks like that face. That face looks like you're wrong.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, so.
I don't think
I'm trying to call. I'm trying to find her name because there's a couple of Jazmines.
I'm trying to find her number. Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay. So anyway, but I thought that it was just a perfect time. It was just timing that these stories came out, and then Jazmine's. Maybe I just found it to be perfect timing. But then Jazmine's album being released, The HEAUX Tales, very good album, good selection. Telling women's stories. These are women aren't afraid anymore. Like we're not playing cutesy. We're not doing Sylvie's Love. We're not doing that. We're not playing the classic I'm a lady type thing. It's like, no, this is, if I want to be a hoe at night, I'm gonna be a hoe at night, and now still, cook pancakes for the kids. She did not have a baby.
Well, I haven't got a hold of her.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying, I just told somebody to give her a call and have her call me back. But yeah, she's got a child.
She's got.
She don't have no damn kids, Sean.
Yeah, she does.
Either, Sean. It's her.
She's a child. Not everybody tell their business. They don't all tell them. See, this is the thing. People tell so much of their business. I mean, if you gonna be a hoe, why you gotta tell everybody? It's not.
And this is what, and you know what? Let's jump into it. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna jump into this segment because we in the hoe zone. So let's talk about that.
Hoe zone.
We in the. Jerry's like, I'm not in no hoe zone. I will not be. We're gonna take a quick break. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Hold on.
Mm, 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 mm.
Welcome to the Ho Zone,
No.
the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Um, so we're talking about Jazmine Sullivan's new album called Hotels. And I said that I thought that it was perfect timing that it came around the time where, news broke that Lori Harvey was dating Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
And she's been labeled a hoe.
Right.
We've talked about her a few
I don't get it.
times. And that's exactly what we're talking about this segment, because we judge Lori Harvey. We call her hoe because she's dated multiple men
Right.
um, with high profiles. Like, she hasn't just dated, the bus
Just right.
driver. No shouts, no diss to the bus driver. We talked about Kim and Khloe Kardashian. We called them hoes. They're all rich, they're single, and they're beautiful, and
Well,
we call them hoes. They're not. Are they hoes though? What
no,
makes them hoes and not Lori Harvey?
Right.
Because
Right.
they're
they
doing the exact same thing.
they got a
And
TV
Jazmine
show.
Sullivan has a track on her album about how we as women uh we hoe ourselves even in relationships.
Yeah, I
Even
heard
in
that.
relationships, this
You
woman,
don't
she
put
was going
out.
off. She was like, "You mean to tell me you don't go to your man and say, or you ain't thinking, let me give my man some so I can get the car tomorrow so I can go out this weekend."
Right.
You haven't had that conversation, but I'm like, "Why did you just hoe yourself? Let me give him some. What you need, daddy, so I can get some money."
Mm-hmm.
You hold yourself in your relationship, and I'm like, oh, but why does that make you a hoe?
I think the term hoe is used so loosely now, and people misconstrued it with serial dating or, free living a free spirit lifestyle and, being comfortable with your sexuality and, what you want to do with whatever. If that's what you like to do, so be it. It wasn't the term hoe more like, well, if
A
Whore.
garden tool? Yes.
you,
It's a whore.
yes, or like paying for sex. Well, that's prostitution, but you know what I mean. Like, I thought that was more on that line of things, but people going they have, I guess people have their own definition of what it means,
Yeah.
and it's all based on how you think of it. I never really thought about it. Like when the woman was saying in her tale, like, oh, you're hoeing in your relationship, like, let me give my man this so I can make
I
sure, like,
did. I
I
did.
thought about it that way. Never did. Because,
I did. I was like, I'm guilty of that. I've done that before. I've thought
yeah,
that way.
yeah,
Like, let
Is
me
it
do this
hoeing or
because
is it
I need,
just
because
it's an exchange? It's just I would call it an exchange.
but exchange is just the practice of the hoism.
right.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm gonna rock on that one because I don't think that's right.
We
I
don't have any on the show to ask to see if
Yeah,
we're
I
qualified.
mean, like,
But no,
whenever.
there are, I know women who have done it. I know people who have. I mean, even men do it. Let me
Mm,
let me give her what she wants so that she can be
so that,
quiet, so I can do what I want to do.
right.
This weekend, and it's to get your own way. And does that
Yeah.
make you a hoe? That
Nope.
just
It just
makes
gets
you
you a
a
better.
manipulator. It makes you
No, it gets you a
you
better
know,
outcome. Sometimes you got to do some things to get a better outcome.
Yeah,
That's the way I would say. I would say, I mean, you got to work it
it's
because
a
you know what the
strategy.
it's a
it is.
strategy, and
Right.
so it's I
So they're
would
not hoes, they're strategists.
yeah yeah
Oh,
you got to
okay.
you got to know.
Strategy.
I just don't like the word hoe. I mean, so many people use it. I mean, I've joked around like she a hoe. Like, oh, ho, we joke around with it.
Oh,
I've said it to my friend. Oh, get out of here, ho. You know what I
See,
mean?
I don't play that. I don't play
Yeah,
that.
I've done
I
that
don't
with
play
my
that.
friends, but we're
Yeah.
we're cut ups and stuff too. So I don't
Yeah.
have that. I don't, and my friends know when I'm throwing a dart, I'm not a dart thrower because they're my friends. So when I do it,
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
offended. They're not like they know me and I know them.
right.
Hmm.
But so But yeah, I think that's a strategy that you got to use it. It's not hoeing. I mean, we do it at work. We know if we do this, we get this day off. We know if we work these hours, we get this. And
but that's
different
not
things.
that's doing your job. That's not hoeing.
And
all right.
So,
she
but
wrote
I
it.
don't
She
know.
wrote it. She
I don't
wrote
know.
it.
I just like Jazmine. She ain't call me back.
I love Jazmine. See, she has this interlude called Bodies. It's the first song. It's the first kind of single. It's the interlude, Bodies. And she's having a conversation with herself about a sexual escapade. She was partying a bit too much. She was drinking. She was telling herself, you need to get it together. Like, you really need to like, what were you doing? What did you do? Like, how did this all begin? Like, the song just tells, it describes the night that she had, and she woke up and she had slept with somebody. Now, there's no attachment. There's the exchange was physical. Does that make her a hoe? Does that make him one? That makes him a man. That's just what men do. But females, you just don't do that. And you don't. You're a lady. You just don't do that.
That I don't like.
It's like that's a double standard.
Absolutely. Guys, they're the kings. They the man. They the Mac. You know what I mean? We want to follow. Other guys want to follow after them because they can pull this girl and got different women every night. I mean, it's glorified in music and movies and everything else, books. And when women do it, like you said, oh, they're hoes, or they need to be classy. They need to be a lady, be ladylike and stuff. I don't like it at all. It goes both ways. You know what I mean? As long as you be a safe,
But what about WAP?
Who's he?
WAP, song WAP?
Yes, the song WAP. She said, who is he? Oh my God.
I thought you said, what about Wall? I was like, who is he? That's oh, Jesus, take the wheel. I just got
WAP.
Ooh, Lord.
What about WAP?
What about?
But
the song is called Wet A Kitty Cat. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. The lyrics are very raunchy.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked. She said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but whatever, I got the ring," something like that. And Megan Thee Stallion was like, "You gotta have it this way. It's gotta be this way. It's gotta be long. It's gotta be da 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 da." Immediately, we put them on the whole shelf.
Right. But
guys, they're speaking their truths. They're embracing their freedoms. They're taking control of their bodies. And even an interlude in the Hotel's Jazmine Sullivan album, this woman said how a woman, we shouldn't tell a man that our bodies, like we'll tell a man, it's yours. It's yours. Right. Like this, our bodies are yours. And we're lying to him. It's not. It's your body. It's our body. It's my body.
And I agree with that.
We're painting different it's different perceptions, but are we lying to ourselves? Is society painting a different picture for us and causing us to look at ourselves in this way, and it's not true? Right. Where we've grown up saying if you behave that way, that's not being a lady. That's not showing that you have class and respect for yourself. You're being a woman of the night or the lady of the night, because that's how ladies of the night, whatever they call the work. What are they called? Is it ladies of the night? Okay. The ladies of the night. Mm-hmm. That, that's how they behave, and that is not you. And they're sinners and they're going to hell. And da, 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 da. This is what we were raised on. This is what Big Mama told us.
Right.
Because those are morals and values. I mean, I think everybody's at the top, right? Like after you've done something, be like, how did I get here? Like, how did this happen? I'm going to speak for myself.
That's Bodies. That was the song Bodies. How did I get
here? Everybody has that top. But I think we go further with it, and we label that person a hoe or whatever, or she's a tramp, she's this, she's that. And it might have been I don't care how many times it has happened. If you're doing something that you don't feel good about, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's forcing you to do it. So if you keep doing something and it's not you, then don't do it.
Yeah.
What about Jada Pinkett Smith and Set It Off? Her brother needed that money to go to college. And so she had
did
to
what
sleep with that guy.
Okay.
She had to sleep with that guy, and then he ended up not even going to damn college. And she slept with that man for nothing. She was mad, boy. She was mad.
Sold all them books back. I mean, yeah. So people do things for certain situations. That doesn't make her a hoe. That makes her a woman that had a something that she had to.
You had an agenda. You had to do something.
Yeah.
But he looked at her as, oh,
yeah.
Of course,
you want this money. You know what you got to do.
Right. So she then see those in all those little fictional shows. I mean, she knew, and there's a lot of women
that's
that do it.
Somebody's story. Yeah,
that's somebody's story, and they knew what happened, and they knew what was expected of them. So of course, you're gonna wake up the next day feeling some kind of way, but you can't sit in that.
You got them light bills paid.
They do a check. There's women out here doing it for free, so it's
does that make them a hoe? Does it make them stupid?
Yeah. Don't make them stupid. They know what they doing. So
it's their moral compass. Like, how do you feel after you do it? If you feel good about, and I'm not condoning that, please. I don't want anybody to write in and be like, okay, LaShawn, she talks about the Lord, she condones doing this. I don't. My thing is, like, how do you feel after you do it? Like, it's your own morality, it's your own moral compass. So do you want to continue down that path? Because that can get you somewhere else. And women and men, I know there's double standards, but there is a difference. We are different than men. Our whole makeup and everything. There's nothing about a man that I want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't. So when I feel a certain kind of way, and I think that's just a woman thing, I embrace that.
Right.
So I'm okay with it. But when it comes to sexuality and things like that, I mean, people do it differently. I mean, they have sexual encounters differently than other people. And I don't know if that makes them a hoe, but it just kind of make them different. Not everybody does the traditional sexual way.
Right. Everyone does it. I agree.
So I don't know. I mean, I think we spend so much time as a society tearing people down.
Yeah.
And really building them up. And hip hop culture does that a lot. And when Jazmine, whatever, I haven't heard the song, but from what I'm hearing, she's having a talk with herself because she's at that point. Because I'm a woman of a certain age. You all know that. So my feelings is a little different,
right,
about that. When I was younger, I probably would have had that talk too. But now that I'm older and I can see things from a little further out than you guys, I'm like, don't beat yourself up about it. Keep it moving. Don't let people tear you down for that. You might have did that. You didn't feel good about it. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Right.
But at the same time, I would tell my niece, don't act like that. Don't behave that way. Like, to save her from having that conversation or those thoughts.
Absolutely.
And she's judging herself. So is one right and one wrong?
No.
Is it wrong to?
It's fine. It's fine to tell somebody because the experience and the ramifications after it happens. You know what happens. Right. So it's right to tell somebody you don't want to do that. All because you did it doesn't make you wrong for steering someone else in the right direction. I mean, what's right. What's wrong. You know how it feels to be called those names. So of course I'm going to tell my daughters, I'm telling my nieces, I'm telling all of them, you don't want to do that.
Right. You don't
want to feel that kind of way,
And it's how they want to go about it, they don't want to have to go that way. They shouldn't. If they want to, that's fine. People, they have to learn, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard being a parent. Because we think that we, have the playbook and we're doing the right thing when it comes to raising our kids and telling our kids what we feel is right and what we feel is wrong. We'll just, this is a grown-up show, so we'll talk about the subject of masturbation. And the reason I bring it up is because remember the song Tweet by Tweet, Oops, Oh My? It was perceived that the song was based on that. And Missy talked about the song that was made in 2002, and she addressed that rumor, and she said the song wasn't about that at all, but she allowed the fan base to just kind of build it up in their heads. And she said it was just basically the song was about Tweet appreciating her dark skin.
Right.
And so for years, we went on, and that song was even banned from schools, and it was banned from most radio stations because of the perception. We wanted to instill in our kids that this is wrong, but as adults, we look at it and we say it's normal, it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
Right.
So when you think about it, it's so confusing because up until this point, it's okay to tell them not to do it and not to behave that way. But then when they get to this point, then you say, remember all that stuff I was telling you not to do? Yeah, don't pay that no mind. Go ahead and do it, whatever you want to do. You grown,
Right.
go ahead and do it. Go ahead and love yourself. Literally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, it's like, I like you said, LaShawn, I'm a hater because Lori Harvey is beautiful. She has a beautiful figure. She has no care in the world. 24 years old. She doing whatever the hell she wants to. She got Michael B. Jordan on her arm this week. We know who she's gonna have next week. You go, girl. But immediately, I'm gonna just keep swiping. I ain't double tapping nothing. I'm pissed off. Why am I mad? Mad because that's not my life. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I'm not the only one. I'm not by myself. It's not that. It's just,
Yeah, but she gets kicked. She gets kicked, and the dude gets put up. She gets kicked to the ground, and he's like the dude. You know what I mean? That's not cool.
The double standard. It's not.
That is so
That's
not
exactly
cool.
what we're talking about. That's exactly the
that
double
girl,
standard.
That girl, I mean, she got it going on. She keeps her body tight. She knows it. She thinks
so does Kim
she
Kardashian. So does Khloe Kardashian. So do they. But we call them hoes.
I didn't call them a hoe. You saying we as a society? I ain't call them a hoe. I just said, yeah. I said what I said.
She did.
I don't remember that.
Roll the tape.
I just, I mean, the one thing, would you please? The one thing about the Kardashians, I got to give it to them. I mean, I'll take back the hoeing comment because Kanye probably calling me in a little bit about that. He'll be agreeing with me, want me to be on his side. But this is the thing: they are women who they've had bad relationships and they marry their dudes. You know what I mean? I mean, Kim's this is what her
baby's bound.
Fourth,
Third.
Yeah, have babies, everything, and they get with them and they marry them. So I'm not mad, and they could have dated all of them and never married them, but they do get a commitment out of whoever they're with.
Right.
So I mean, go ahead, toodles, great, thumbs up. I definitely give them all a thumbs up. I think they're interesting. The couple of shows that I did watch, but I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little bit it gets a little crazy because these chicks, I'm just gonna leave it alone about them.
Well, it's the end of the show anyway, so
yeah.
Okay.
I like the Kardashians. Yeah.
Right.
I ain't gonna keep up with them though. They do too much for me, man. Ain't no keeping up with the Kardashians here. Yeah, they didn't make their money.
The show's over. They gave every staff member a $300,000 watch, Rolex watch or something like that.
Wow. I put that, but I'd be like, hey, let me.
There's a house right there.
Yeah, I'm selling it. Yeah. A house? That's not just one I'll be getting. I'll get y'all a house.
Where you living at?
You don't need much. We don't need much. I need me a couple of rooms. That's good. When I hit this lottery this weekend, I'm only going to get a couple of rooms. A couple.
If we do not hear from LaShawn, it's because she hit the lottery and she skipped town. Just leave me your house.
You're going to hear from me, but I mean, you can have. No, my brother's going to take my house, but no, I don't want to put that on record. Okay, maybe. Okay, but anyway, y'all know I'm still gonna be around because I'm gonna be on the air telling family.
She's gonna be doing her part from the jet.
Yep.
Private jet. Will call us from her jet.
I'm telling people I haven't heard from in years. Don't call me. I'm
gonna call them and tell them don't call you.
Don't call me. I haven't heard from you in years. But those people that I haven't heard from in years, all of them get like a $50 check. 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than nothing. I haven't heard from you in years anyway.
Well, what we get? We talk to you every week.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the ones I haven't heard from in years.
No, I want to know what we get.
Not yet.
We're going to get $51.
51.
$51.
Jared.
Traveler's checks.
How can they hear past episodes? Because we got to get out of here and get ready for Urban Media Today Talk Sports.
Jesus, take the wheel.
So,
literally.
Y'all are funny. So listen to past episodes of the Hey Girl Hey podcast. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Live 365, SoundCloud, Podbeam, Anchor FM, Google Play, YouTube, and urbanmediatoday.com.
What you got, lady of a certain age, woman of a certain age?
I just always fear that's that part, right?
It's the same thing. It's like the McDonald's menu. It's been the same thing for months.
You talk about somebody to go to McDonald's. I'll be like, I want a cheeseburger, but I want like 2 of the patties. And that girl be like, double cheeseburger?
A double cheeseburger?
I was like, yeah, put 2 of them on a cheeseburger. All the time. Y'all got strawberry shakes? Yeah. We've had them for years. Like, that ain't nothing new, but that's the way I do it. But to see us on Instagram, you can go to the Hey Girl Hey podcast. And on Facebook, it's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. And on Twitter, it's Girl Hey 2018. And you can email us at the Hey Girl Hey podcast at gmail.com. And if you have any questions about the show or any topic ideas, please call us at 412-709-6130.
Thank you. I'm your radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am LaShawn, the chatter chick.
Wow, she's really sticking to this first name thing.
I'm LaShawn,
the chatter chick.
And I, millennial chick.
Millennial. Don't big old check ties.
Big old y'all next week.
Don't do that.